All right, let's get right into it. Have you noticed your best content, the stuff you've worked so hard on, is just vanishing from AI search answers? Yeah, you're not imagining it. And that's exactly what we're tackling today, a framework to fix that problem. We're going to break down how to update your content so AI platforms, like ChatGPT and Perplexity, actually want to use it as a source. And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. This isn't a quality problem. Your content is probably great. It's a strategy problem. That old SEO playbook we all used, refreshing content every 6, maybe 12 months, it's officially obsolete in the age of AI search.
And here's the number that should really make you sit up and listen. If your content isn't updated within a single quarter, just 90 days, its citation rate can plummet by up to 60%. That is a massive, incredibly fast drop that your old-school metrics just aren't going to catch.
So let's be super clear about what's happening here. We're not talking about a ranking problem. This is a citation problem. You can literally be #1 in the classic Google search results and still be completely invisible when it comes to AI-generated answers. It's a whole new ballgame. And the data on this is just crystal clear. The content that AI models actually choose to cite is on average over 25% fresher than what you see in traditional organic search results. Just think about that for a second. The AI isn't just looking for the best answer, it's looking for the newest best answer. It has this incredibly powerful bias for recency that most of our old strategies, well, they just weren't built for. And that brings us to a really critical point. The old way of doing things, the way we've been taught for years, is fundamentally broken. The signals that used to guarantee you'd be seen, well, they're just not the ones that matter most to these new AI platforms. And this timeline, wow, it shows you just how fast you can fall off a cliff. You might hit your peak citations in the first month. Awesome, right? But look what happens next. The decline starts as early as week 5. By the 3-month mark, your competitors are already swooping in and taking over. And at 6 months, you're basically a ghost. It is a brutal, super accelerated cycle that our old SEO calendars just can't keep up with. This right here illustrates that disconnect perfectly. On the left, you've got the old machine, our obsession with things like backlinks, keyword density, domain authority. But the AI on the right, it's playing a totally different game. It's asking a new set of questions. Can I easily pull the information out of this page? Is the evidence you're presenting verifiable? And just how recent is this stuff? Those are the signals that matter now. So how in the world do we adapt? Well, we need a new framework. So let's get into the solution. A systematic, 7-layer checklist that is designed specifically to win those precious AI citations. But first, before we dive into the nuts and bolts, we have to make one crucial mindset shift. Your goal is no longer just clicks, it's citations. See, clicks are a lagging indicator. They tell you what already happened. Citations, on the other hand, they're a leading indicator. They prove you have visibility in the first place. If you optimize for citations, believe me, the traffic will follow. And here it is. This is the framework. It's a 7-layer process, and you really have to think about it in this order. Number 1 is structural extractability, basically making it easy for machine to read. 2 is evidence and attribution, which is all about building trust. 3 and 4 are entity coverage and semantic completeness. That's where you prove your expertise. 5 is recency signals, showing your content is up to date. And then finally, you polish it all off with technical optimization and visual enhancement. Now for today, we're going to focus on the first 2, because honestly, they're the absolute foundation. If you don't get them right, the others just can't save you. So, layer 1. This is the foundation for everything. Look, if an AI can't easily parse and understand your content, it simply won't cite it. It doesn't matter how brilliant the information is. This means using a logical heading structure, putting the answer right up front at the top of a section, and using short, scannable paragraphs. It's all about making your content machine readable. Next up is the trust layer. AI models are being trained to avoid making stuff up. They crave verifiable evidence. That means every single claim you make needs a recent source. Every expert you quote needs a name and credentials. And if you can add original, first-party data, oh, that's the holy grail. That's how you become a source of truth that AI platforms will come back to again and again. Okay, so now we know what to update. But that's only half the battle, right? Just as important is when you do it. A one-size-fits-all approach is just going to burn through your time and your budget. The key here is to be strategic, and that means using a tiered system. And this table lays it all out. Your most valuable, revenue-driving content, your Tier 1 pages, they need a full, deep refresh every 90 days, period. Your big, comprehensive Tier 2 guides,
you can probably stretch those to every 6 months. Your Tier 3 evergreen stuff can be done once a year. And everything else, your Tier 4 content, don't waste a single second on it. Prune it, merge it, or archive it. You've got to focus your energy where it actually counts.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. Adopting this kind of framework isn't just some small tweak to your process. It is a fundamental shift in how you need to think about your entire content library. It's really the difference between being a primary source for AI and being totally invisible.
And this slide right here really boils it all down to a simple choice. The losers in this new world are reactive. They wait for their traffic to drop, then they make a few superficial changes, and they're still clinging to old metrics. But the winners? They're proactive. They refresh on a strategic schedule, they make real substantive improvements across all 7 layers, and they optimize for citations first. The only question is, which one are you going to be?
Which leaves us with one final big question to think about. Take a really hard look at your current process and ask yourself, are you building a content library for the search engine of yesterday, or are you building it for the AI-driven answer engine of tomorrow? Because trust me, those are two very, very different things.